What's up, guys? Here again. So today I'm just gonna make a video, get straight into it. What they don't tell you about boxing. So, as a newbie, beginner, you know what I'm saying? Like, people want to get into boxing, martial arts, and whatnot. But let's make the basis that somebody wants to start boxing, right? When people view boxing online, on TV, people just have this idea that, okay, boxing is just swinging punches. Okay, they don't know, obviously, of course, and they don't have the eye to see because they're not trained professionals, or they haven't been boxing for much or even at all. They don't see the small details, as in leg placement, leg and foot movement, wrist movement, head movement. They Many people just see swinging and then hands up, which is probably the most ignorant thing. So yeah, so basically, boxing, like they say, is not a game, and it's literally not a game. It's not just punching. It's called the sweet science for a reason, and there's many things you can incorporate in boxing, and that you can apply to boxing. Is not just punching. Also, FYI, for those who don't know, uh, about probably, I would assume personally, about 70%, 75% of your power, of your punching power, comes from the legs. Your legs are the roots of your body, right? So imagine like a tree, right? And the tree grows from the roots and then it comes up. So your power in boxing, in punching, and even in any other mixed martial art, like Taekwondo, is the legs, right? But boxing, even in boxing, which is just fists, just hands, your power is mainly coming from your legs and not your upper body. Another thing I'm gonna expose: they don't really give a fuck about your health, really. Usually, boxing coaches, amateur ones, they usually don't, especially the old school ones, because they have this mindset of, train 2 3 times a day. Um, you know, just training 2 3 times a day as a child, developing, um, is a problem because, for example, my personal experience, because I can only speak for myself. I was an amateur boxer. I wanted to become pro. That was my vision. I wanted to do Golden Gloves. I wanted to go to the Olympics. I mean, I had big dreams when I was younger. And never had a physiotherapy session. My coach never took me anywhere for massage therapy, none of that. And I was getting pretty good punches. He was putting me to do round robin, with heavyweights, heavier people, grown men. Okay, um, my eating. He never ever. He probably didn't even know himself because he's old school, So he thought what he was doing was correct. Just eating bullshit. But he never really said, diet is important. None of that. Just, you know, go with the flow type of shit, which was very not good for me because if I'm training 2 3 times a day, my body cannot recover if I'm not feeding it properly, right? Sleep. I never had any mentions of these three important things like recovery, nutrition, and sleep. And when I mean recovery, I mean as in like physiotherapy, because you're getting whiplash all the time, right? From the punching, your vertebrae, how much can they hold? How much impact can they resist? How much impact can they take? Especially like I said, as an adolescence, you're growing up, your body's developing, your bones are developing, your brain is developing. So one harsh truth they don't tell you is the damages boxing will leave you. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind that, or should be in anybody's mind, any doubt that you will not have any injuries while being a boxer or an MMA fighter, because of the whiplashes, because of the training regimens. I mean, your body has to overtrain, right? If you're training more than once a day already, say you're doing, let's say 1 hour a day, strenuous exercise, right? Your body's already exhausted at that from that session. Then it needs to recover for the rest of the day or what not have you, right? But you force it by maybe taking a nap or maybe eating light or maybe I don't know having some massage in between sessions, and then you're training again while your body is already pre-exhausted. It does not want to train, it just wants to rest. But that's where discipline comes in mind. That's the brainwash discipline, to make another second workout, to make another session. Yes, okay, your mind, you can manipulate your mind into doing that, but your body you cannot manipulate. And of course you will not perform as well as you did on the first session, whether that was plyometrics, whether that was cycling, and it will not translate well to your second session, and that's a fact. So like if you hadn't done that first session and you just did the session, your second session first, that would be the best session of the day. That's just how it goes, because your body has just enough reserve to use, just enough glycogen energy to use for a certain amount of time. Of course, they're gonna say, okay, we eat in between, we rest, but it's still not the same, because in order for your body to recover from a session, from a hard, strenuous session, one session that's actually like a tough session, you need to sleep. And I'm not talking about a 30-minute nap. You need to sleep. I would recommend 6 to 8 hours. Some people say 7 to 8. But I recommend 6. I think 6 is also realistic. And if you're not eating before bed, 6 is just enough. But yeah, that's another harsh reality of boxing. What they don't tell you, because and that's probably the most important, because you're gonna have injuries, okay? And this is going to the third point now. Like, that's one thing they don't tell you. Like I said before, it's a harsh sport. Your body doesn't have enough time. It's not naturally being rested, okay? You're forcing it to do things. So another thing they won't tell you about boxing, this is very controversial for those who don't know about boxing, but boxing is now for sure, and probably even was way back then, rigged. People got to get that to their head, guys. Anything that makes money is rigged already. So every sport known to man, everything is rigged. You know, money talks and BS walks, like they say. You see a lot of matches, and then, you know, somebody's getting the points, somebody's getting the knockdowns, and then the opposite guy wins. That just got knocked down 2-3 times in different rounds, which means they lose a round. So, I mean, some things are very controversial, but imagine putting your health at risk, your brain cells at risk, your organs, because you can get a liver shot, you can piss blood, you know, just for something to be rigged, something to be fake. You put your life on the line, you put your heart, your passion, you got that fire in you, just to be tricked into, you know, being rigged, whether you know it or not, because it just depends. This is politics, you know, this is sports politics. But I advise people to check this documentary with Luis Resto, or Ruiz Resto. I think it's Ruiz Resto. He's from the Bronx, and this guy, big time rigged fight. Because of him, they changed stuff in the commission and boxing commissions. Like, this fight wasn't like for sure it had to do with money. Had to do with like this boxing promoter called Louis Panama. He was a big time scammer, this guy, and he put plaster on this Resto's glove. And Resto, the boxer, he's Puerto Rican. He supposedly didn't notice, plaster inside his glove. I mean, it's crazy. So imagine me, I have passion for this sport, and I was 178. I was fighting 178 pounds, and my coach had put me to fight a 198 pounder, and I was nervous because the dude was like Mike Tyson, dude. You know, he was black. He was like this, like Mike Tyson body type shit, you know. And he told me, "You're gonna fight this guy." I said, "Really? Yeah, he's big. He's 20 pounds over me." "Yeah, don't worry, you got this. Whatever, blah blah blah." He was trying to manipulate me and shit. And what I wasn't sure, or what I didn't know at the time, or I actually knew, but I didn't think about this. Like, my coach knew this other guy's coach, and they were friends, but they were in different gyms. So this was definitely rigged. I went inside the ring, guys. It's 3 2-minute rounds. I had under 10 amateur fights at that time, and so did the other guy. From what they told me, I'm not sure. We went in, and the guy stopped me in the third round. In the third round, about almost 30 seconds left of that round, he gave me 2 good uppercuts, man, and I had a concussion. A big concussion, and after that I started having some health complications, but because of my coach's fault, because it was rigged, because he probably made a pact with the other gym coach that was his friend, like for me to lose and for his fighter to get an easy W. And after that, you know, I cannot forgive my coach for this, because I'm suffering to this day. I have some health issues. And like I said, it's not just me. It's a lot of other fighters that I know, a lot of other stories I heard. And no, guys, I don't think it's brain damage when I'm getting stuck in between sentences, because I speak Greek and I speak English as well. So I'm bilingual. And also being in front of the camera, you know, it's getting me stuck a little bit, trying to put the words together, trying to make it sound perfect. But yes, boxing is rigged, 1,000% sure. And it's not just boxing. That's the fucked up thing, that it's all the sports in the world. Everything is rigged in general. But you know, what can you do? It's just things that people that want to get into boxing should know. If you want to turn professional, it's up to you. If you got passion for it, I once had that passion. And I'm not gonna lie, I still do, but I weigh the risks to benefits, and I see that it doesn't do it for me. I hope this helped a little bit, gave a little insight. Anything else you guys want to ask, make sure you comment down below. And I hope you have a good day.